Good afternoon, everyone. This is Judge Middleton. We are on the record. We're live. We're a minute or two early, but there's no harm in that. Attorney Lance Thornton is here on behalf of Sturgis Place Apartments. Their manager, Maria Matson's clock, is here in the picture, and Gabriel Allison, the tenant, is also present. Good afternoon, Mr. Allison. Can you hear me?
Good afternoon. Yes, I can, sir.
This is filed as a demand for non-payment of rent for your tenancy at Sturgis Place Apartments. Attorney Lance Thornton represents that complex, and he is here with us also. As a tenant in a landlord-tenant proceeding, you have certain rights, and I want to take a moment and advise you of those now. As a tenant, you have the following legal rights. You have the right to obtain counsel for representation in this matter. If you cannot afford an attorney, a legal aid attorney may be available to help you. You have a right to a trial by a jury or by the court if the action is for non-payment of rent, and if you are eligible for any sort of emergency assistance. You may not need a judgment to get that assistance. The summons and complaint should be sufficient, although the state tends to disagree with that, DHS, but that's what the law says. If the plaintiff is agreeable, the Citizens Mediation Services, Inc. may be available as a possible source of case resolution. If both parties are agreeable to mediation, we can help set that up. If you do reach an agreement with the plaintiff and a consent judgment is entered by the court, you would waive the rights listed above, but have the following additional rights. The judgment could not be enforced until 3 business days had passed. You could move to set aside the judgment within those 3 days if you misunderstood what you consented to or what you were waiving. Your motion to set aside the judgment would be set for a landlord-tenant hearing. However, if the judge does not find in your favor, the original judgment would stand. This is, as I said, a non-payment of rent case. Mr. Thornton provides the court with a current breakdown. So he contends at this point, $822 of August rent is due, plus the filing fee, attorney fee, and service fee of $209.54. So through August, your rent and costs are $1,031.84. Is that still accurate, Mr. Thornton?
Yes, to my knowledge, Your Honor.
All right. Mr. Allison, what's your position?
I have paid July's rent and August rent in full. I even did it on the portal and put in there. I put zeros on all the other categories except for that month's rent because it was June's rent that I was late on.
Okay. So yeah, when you pay July rent, they apply it to June. When you pay August rent, they apply it to July. The law requires that I continue this matter for 7 days, a minimum of 7 days. It sounds like you're going to be able to get caught up on this. Do you believe so?
Yes. I've never not paid rent, so.
All right. Well, that's a good policy. Lance, are you available next Monday at 1:45, August 14th?
I will check real quick here. What day did you say, August?
August 14th, 7 days from today.
Yes.
Mr. Allison, does that work for you?
For what exactly? For another?
Well, we have to continue this hearing for 7 days, and we'll still be in the month of August. So you'll still owe $822.23 plus costs. So this gives you 7 days to seek some legal advice or to get caught up on your rent. If on that date they get what they ask for, you would have 10 days from August 14th, which would be August 24th, to pay the rent and costs, or you would be subject to being evicted. So that's what this process is. It's to have either people pay the rent or move, and if they don't move, the sheriff puts them out. So you get an automatic 7 days according to the Supreme Court rule that's currently in effect. There's an emergency COVID rule that's still there. And then you get 10 days from that date to move. So I expect you're not going to move. I expect you're going to pay the rent. So my suggestion would be you stay in contact with the manager and let her know what your intentions are. The only thing that will cure this is paying the entire amount. Of course, and then on September 1st, another month's rent is due, but I'll put in here defendant intends to pay. Are you working?
Yes, sir.
Where do you work?
At Mercury Broadband.
All right, very good. So really, you're only 1 month behind. You're essentially 7 days behind in the rent. I see people that are a lot worse condition than that, that have lost their employment or have medical problems, or I think this one's going to work itself out. But stay in contact with the manager. If you pay the rent between now and next Friday and the court costs, total is $1,031.84. You don't need to show up. But if you don't have the ability to pay it by that time, come back next Monday by Zoom at 1:45. You'll get a new notice, and we will address this matter once again.
Okay.
Your Honor,
Do you have
can I inquire, and Maria, this may be a question for you too. I see Earl Allison is also on this lease.
Yes. Yes, that is correct. That is Gabriel's father.
He is retired, lives in Florida.
Okay, so he was a co-signer but doesn't actually live there?
Correct.
Yes.
Okay. And we don't have personal service on him.
That's fine, Your Honor. I just wanted to clarify that.
Well, that's good to know. All right, I'll see you all next Monday at 1:45. Our next matter is Sturgis Place Apartments versus Gabriel Allison. Mr. Allison is here. Maria, the manager of Sturgis Place, is here, and Lance Thornton is here on behalf of the plaintiff. Mr. Allison, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
We were here on August 7th. We continued the matter. We found that the arrearage was $1,031.84. Mr. Thornton has given me the update. August rent is $881. Late fees, filing fee, attorney fee, and service fee is $209.51. So the total is $109,051. Mr. Thornton, is that still correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Allison, you told us you were going to try to pay that. You get 10 days from today to pay it. Do you think you'll be able to pay?
Yes, sir.
All right, very good.
Will the default, Your Honor, or will the judgment show a default as to the other tenant, Earl Allison?
Yes, Earl is the co-signer, but doesn't live there.
Correct.
So we can do that. I have a judgment. 10 days from today. Is August 24th. Of course, in a few days after that, September will be due. This is through August. $1,881 in rent, $209.51. for a total of 109051. The date for the writ would be August 24th. Partial payment will not prevent the writ of eviction. And no money judgment is entered at this time. Default as to Earl. Mr. Allison, do you have any questions?
Since I told Maria back in June I would be able to pay this on August 18th, which is still the date I'm going to be able to pay. That's where I get paid. Can I have
All right.
their attorney fees waived, since I've told her that in advance before she ever decided to take this to court?
Well, that's a nice request, but no, Mr. Thornton's been here twice and they've had to pay him to be here each time. Once they file the action, they inure those costs. And so I'm sorry, 75, he's charged much more than that, probably, but 75 is what the statute allows. So it's by law, they're entitled to charge that. But see what you can do, get paid by August 18th, pay this, and then get on top of September. All right, sir, you're good to go. Anything else, Lance?
Nope, that's it for me today.
All right, thank you. I'll see you next time.
Thank you.
Thank you.